I'm a content creator. I provide services. I take time out my day, but you motherfuckers ain't paying me. You motherfuckers ain't paying me. But you motherfuckers ain't paying me. But you motherfuckers ain't paying me. My content ain't worth being paid for, but you at work and can't focus on work without listening to me.
Hey. Grand rising and happy Saturday, everybody. We are back with the weekend catch up. It's been a while since we've gone live over here, Godmomma.
It has been a while, and we bland as hell today, so excuse us.
It ain't been a while. We looking cheap over here.
Cheap. You hear me?
Cheap. Listen, it be like that sometimes when you pinching coins, when you're prioritizing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You are prioritizing. So I'm looking up, okay, we ain't been live like a regular show in a month, girl.
I
Because we
know.
had the VP debate watch, but that was just the boys.
Mm-hmm.
So we ain't been live in a month. Ooh, motherfucking we. Well, good. We got plenty to talk about then.
Plenty to catch up on.
Plenty to catch up on. Speaking of us being broke over here because of subscriptions, that's going to be one of our topics today. That's going to be one of our topics today, baby. Okay, y'all come in, get comfortable. Light one, pour your tea, do what you do. Woo-wee. What's been going on? I don't even know where to start. Okay, I do know where to start. It's Halloween season, so I guess let's start there. It's Halloween season. People getting spooky, doing a little dress up, doing a little show. Shout out to Lady Nika. She's been holding down the Halloween contest in her
Mm-hmm.
sector, in the beef sector, and it's always been a tri-sector event with her, right? She's always
Right.
included and shown love to the black sector, the Mo3 sector, and the beef sector. So she wasn't able to do it this year, and a gentleman by the name of Lemon decided to step in and take over. Did you get to catch any of that Halloween show, Godmama? Or
No, I
Halloween
did not.
contest? It was a
No,
con.
I did not. Hey, Roy. I see you down there in the chat. No, I've been on my little sabbatical. Uh, so I didn't get to see any of it. And, for the past 2, 3 years, I've watched them pretty heavy, and they've
Yeah.
always been good shows, nice. I saw where Lady Nika said, "You know what? Yeah, I ain't doing this shit with y'all this year because y'all be acting a fool on me afterwards."
And she had she had a death in the family too. So,
Yeah. So she was
mhm.
going through something, and I think it's just been that type of year and season in this moment where people ain't really wanting to deal with fuck shit no more. So, they kind of just
Well, when you
making
have
their own
real
lane.
life, situations going on, yeah, you don't really have time for the fuck shit.
Mm-mm.
And um, it's election year.
Mhm.
And so there's a lot of real life stuff going on for people. Yeah, it's getting pretty tense. So, yeah, and it's a good what do I like to say? A distraction. It is a good
Mhm.
distraction when, you want to put down. And I'm all for a contest that's not ghetto and screaming and all that. And there
Right.
wasn't
Right.
there wasn't a lot of that. I did catch some of the Halloween contest, and it was cute. People put in effort.
I heard Lady Law was in it, right?
Yeah, she was. I'm gonna pull that up. Actually, I forgot I have that queued up. Yes,
Did
Lady Law was in it.
did Philly show up like normal? Philly Brewhouse?
Who? I do not think so. But again, I
Mm.
think Lady Law. Now, I didn't watch it all, y'all. So correct me if I'm wrong. But I think Lady Law was like the only black sector person I saw over there, like as far as um a contestant. Mhm.
Mhm. Hmm.
So it was a lot of, yeah, they had Roe, they had oh gosh, I forget his name. The guy that I can't remember his name, but there was a lot of females. And then I also heard one of the stipulations of the contest was there was not allowed to be any straight men entering because Pizarro was on the panel. So I was like, oh damn, that sucks. But what does that say about Lemon though? Because isn't he like battling accusations that he's not gay? He is gay. He does like
Right.
women. He does like women. Um, I
Right.
mean,
Right.
so if there's no straight men allowed on the host panel who's supposedly a straight man, that's odd to
That
me.
is a
But
little odd.
yeah, that's odd.
I didn't know that no straight well, and the black sector has a lot of straight men in it, so I could see why there wasn't a lot of participation from our sector
Mhm.
i in it because they felt like they weren't allowed at all.
I wonder
So,
if they let a straight man come up like how Ghetto did? Would you let a straight man come up if he was, like, in drag or something? Playing Tina
mm,
Turner?
yeah,
I don't know.
they coulda pulled it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard the pot was $1,200. For $1,200, bitch, yeah, I might put a little
I'm
snap in my
surprised
wrist.
Ghetto didn't have his ass up there in that damn costume he had. Shit, he did it for a fundraiser. The fuck? Mhm.
Right? Go
Somebody about to
on.
drop some coins in your purse. Hold the
Mhm.
hell out there.
Not coins in your purse. Not coins in your purse. Not the purse. Okay,
I
hold on.
did see though that, they made Dundada the DJ and took Buddy Lee. I thought that was kinda buh. I was like, "That's buh." Ain't no shade to Dundada, but, like, damn.
Yo, she was being petty with her song choices because when Queen Tulsa got up there, she started playing Jumpman, Jumpman. Bitch, I lost it. I fucking lost it.
Oh.
I couldn't help it, bitch. That shit was so funny. Oh my god. No disrespect to Queen Tulsa because I do enjoy her commentary. But Dundada, she a petty one.
A petty one.
Here, let me add this. This was Lady Law. This is from Lady Law's channel. Salute to Black Sector.
Girl,
And
I
this one,
thought that was motherfucking Kimmy up there for real.
Hazel. Is
Hazel,
that who
whoever
was
the
she supposed
fuck
to be? Was
I
she supposed
don't
to be petty?
know. I don't know.
Oh god, I didn't know who Hazel was supposed to be. I mean, is she a real housewife or something? Or
I don't know, girl.
yeah, I don't
But I
know
thought
either.
that shit was Kimmy. Oh my god.
Hell no, that wasn't no damn Kimmy. Where is Kimmy been?
And
Okay.
why ain't the host cammed up?
He
Man,
would
what's
like
going on?
cam up during commercial break. Like he would cam up and he was wearing a like the Wizard of Oz, the scarecrow outfit. But it was like scary
Uh-huh.
Halloween, but I don't know. He had his
Yeah.
hairline covered, of course, and his face fully covered, of course.
Mm.
So, okay, this was shout out to Lady Law. This was her little performance. And again, I do not know who won, but shout out to all the contestants. But of course, I'm gonna have a little favoritism for the black sector. Oh, way, oh, way. And she
Okay.
came up as the Candy Lady. Come on, Lady Law.
Wait, hold on. Who are these people? When you go out in the woods today, but you better be so surprised. When you go out in the woods today, open your fucking eyes. I like candy, I like cookies, but I love to eat guts. 1, 2, Lala's coming for you. 3, 4. Who the fuck is at my door? Where's my brains?
Oh,
Hey, she did
that was a
that.
oh, hold on.
She did that.
Okay, that was a theatrical. I said,
I
"Bitch, who
swear
is
to
at your
God,
door?" Not her having someone knock. Who is at your door, lady? La?
right? Who is at
Okay.
the motherfucking door? Bitch, 'cause I
So,
kinda jumped inside like, "Wait, what?
mhm.
Hey, what's up?"
Oh,
That was
okay.
what was
And I
up.
wanted to know if she had a microphone because her with the sound effects plus her voice, you
Mhm,
could hear her really well. So shout out
mhm.
to Lady Law and her in her entry to the contest. Again, I don't know who won. If y'all do, let us know. Okay. But that's what's going on in these streets. That's the last thing I heard was the contest. There has been rumblings of lives back and forth. But like Godmama said, we ain't really been up on it, y'all. We've kind of been doing stuff over here, you know,
Mhm.
getting prepared for the election season. And not so much the election, but what's to come after, you know?
Right, right.
Um, what's to come after the election, whoever wins. What does that
Mhm.
mean for regular, middle class NABs like myself, like me and Godmama? What does that mean for us?
What does it mean? And that's really, what I took my little sabbatical for, just to get my head clear because I know either way this goes, it's gonna be messy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It is. And it's almost I don't really see from my point of view, I don't really see the government doing anything to hinder that. It's almost like
Mm-mm.
it's being encouraged on both sides. Well, look at this. Well, look at that. She deserves this. He deserves that. It's a threat to democracy. It's this. It's that. It's blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
Like, all right. So we will prepare. Hey, Kai Kai. We will be preparing for the night of the weeks after. Okay, the weeks
Hey,
after.
honey.
Don't zip up now, Kylie. Don't zip up now. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, bestie, love you. Well, let's kind of get it. Let's switch gears because I don't want to get too political. We've been doing quite a bit of that, and I'm sure we'll dance in and out of the politicalness.
Mhm.
Um, but
The
that's not
closer
what we.
we get to
Mm.
election day.
Are we going to be doing an election show, Godmama, by chance?
I don't know. I mean, we can keep a floor open,
Okay.
but that's gonna
Hmm.
be kind of an all day
Yeah.
thing, or an
Yeah.
all night thing, I should say, really,
Right.
'cause
Right. Right.
it takes them a while sometimes to
Um.
calculate who's the president.
Yeah. So maybe we'll see because it's a Tuesday.
Mhm.
It's a Tuesday, so not this one coming up, the next one 2 weeks away, a week and a half away.
2 weeks away from election day. They have early voting. If you have decided who you wanna go vote for, go take that opportunity that is given to you and put in your early vote ballot. That way you ain't gotta deal with
Mhm,
the
with the last minute.
hecticness, yep, of the last minute of, standing in line, unless that's your thing, 'cause some people like that
Yeah,
experience, the
yeah.
standing in line, the congregating.
Mhm.
Um, so have fun is all I can say. That's all I can say. And
Have
let
fun.
the, what did she say? And let the odds forever be in your favor.
Mhm. Please. Okay, and Jesus, I know we've said this plenty of times, but if there's ever a time to come take the wheel, I wouldn't be mad if it's now, okay? I wouldn't be mad. But let's switch little gears. The, conservatives are,
Conservating
conservating, and the liberals are being liberals, so
liberally.
mhm. And, there's been a lot of crossovers with because I guess people are just done with mainstream media, right?
Mhm.
Um, people are just kinda done with it, so now we have the candidates going to, like, podcasts and stuff, like, which is
Mhm.
fine, but Trump was just on Joe Rogan's last night. I did not watch that, all of it, I fell asleep during it, so I'll probably go back and watch that today. But from the clips that I saw online, typical Trump, kind of all over the place.
Mhm.
Kinda like my conversations, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. They were talking about whales and, they were talking about all kinds of things.
Just random
Um
ADHD conversation.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And Joe was being so professional. It was he wasn't smoking his blunts or, doing all his
Damn.
usual Joe. I know. I was like, dang, this will be really good if he like just sparks up a big old doobie with Trump. That'd be
Right.
awesome. But no, he was on his best behavior. They're talking about UFC. They talked about what y'all take on capital punishment. Okay, look at concerned citizen Roy over here.
I saw
Roy
Roy participated in the polls.
in the
And shout
poll.
Yes, and shout out to everybody who participated in the polls.
Mm-hmm.
We tried to keep it a little interactive because we know we hadn't been live in a while. So
Right.
I appreciate y'all's interaction. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, that poll was interesting on capital punishment. So uh, we should
Yeah,
definitely carve out some time to have that conversation.
absolutely. Absolutely. We should. So because I have my thoughts. I'm definitely like one of those special circumstance type person.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like to hear out the other sides of why we shouldn't or why we should.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when you put that poll up, Godmama, it made me think of that one comedian from the Blue Collar Comedy Tour or something where he was like, "My state's putting in an express lane for death row." Um, so there's a lot of people that really feel like we should have it. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you commit the crime, you got to die by it. Um, but again, I don't think that should go for everybody. I think special cases for sure.
For sure.
Special circumstances. Kylie's letting us know she voted against Trump. Yes, well, they don't know. I know. Yes, bestie, I know. Well, we know.
And I
But
love that for you. I love, whether I agree, disagree, feel indifferent, most of the times, honestly, I feel indifferent. I
mhm,
love that people express their right,
yeah.
if and
And it's
if
not
they
gonna
get
end our friendships. Me and Kylie talked about that because some people that will end a friendship, right? Like, "Oh,
absolutely.
you're pro Trump? You're a MAGA? Oh, well, we can't be fucking friends." And then there's people, "Oh, you're Kamala and she's not even black." And you know what I mean?
Right.
That
Right.
ends friendships, relationships, parentships, all kind,
Mhm.
I don't Uncle Billy Bob can't come to the fucking Thanksgiving dinner because he voted for Trump.
Period.
Listen.
Period.
People will lose their damn minds, and at the
Or
end of the day, that just couldn't be me. I love my people for who they are, not who they're fucking voting for. Okay?
yes. Yes.
Period. Okay?
Yeah.
Period. Because I know we can have a conversation and we can figure out why, and I can get some understanding instead of just being a
Mhm.
judgmental, ignorant doo-doo
A-hole.
bird. Mhm. Yeah. So, but I wanna look at this though, because abortion is on the ticket. It's a big ticket for Kamala, right?
Mhm.
And so the Democrats are going around and, they're questioning all these Republicans about, "Well, you just want to control a woman and blah, 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 blah." And the Republicans are coming out, "You just want to be a baby killer." Well, I don't think it's either one of those things. But
Right.
Ben Shapiro did a roundtable with a bunch of Democrats or maybe I should say liberals. I'm not sure what they
'Cause
are.
there's a difference. We have to remember there's a
Yes, there
difference
is
there.
a difference. Yes. Kylie, thank you, baby. To be clear, she voted against Trump, not because she's pro Harris. And let that one sink in. Okay.
Mhm.
Let that sink in.
And that's what I'm saying, like, especially with the abortion thing, it's deeper than a surface level issue of you're just a baby killer or you're just
Misogynistic. Yeah.
a misogynistic Bible thumping a-hole. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's deeper than that surface. It has to get further into situational if you're going to try to implement some type of control
Right.
or punishment. It
Right.
has to go with like how every law does. It trial and error, trial and error. Billy, if you listen to cases, you'll hear lawyers reference old cases where that specific rhetoric in the case law worked in the favor of. So
Right.
it's going to be a lot of trial and error, and it's unfortunate um, that we can't just
Find a common ground.
yes or be or humans themselves and their own autonomy can't just know right from wrong. That's what baffles me. Like, I shouldn't have to implement a law to tell you that having 7 abortions just because you don't want to have a baby isn't right. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe it is, maybe it isn't, that maybe it's just my own biasness, but
Mm-hmm.
it's deeper than you're a baby killer and you're an
Yes.
a-hole.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what we have to keep in mind. But let's get into some of the rhetoric. This guy, what's his name? Ben Shapiro.
Mhm.
He is, he's a Republican, but he's like extremely supportive of Israel as well. Which is odd to me. Well, I won't get into all that. But anywho, so he sits down with some people and the topic was abortion. Now this went viral. Okay. And I'm not exactly sure of the date when this all took place, but these are just little clips. Let me share my screen and let's listen in, family. Because this kind of, when I saw this clip this rising, I said, what the fuck did I miss? So there's, and let me brace for impact. This is a trans person speaking with Ben Shapiro, but he's going to tell us, or they are going to tell us about themselves. So let's watch together.
Please hit the like. Thank you.
Indefensible. Well, okay, we're gonna take this chair. Look at that.
Hey, Ben.
Like a bro, my friend. All right.
I'm a transgender man.
Okay.
I've experienced SA.
Okay.
And abortion rights affect me directly. So if we're talking about the American dream that you live, why don't I have access to that? Because there's no legislation, in the history of America, that legislates a man's body. So why does mine have to be legislated? I've got a vagina.
I'm not interested what your genitalia are.
Clearly you are. I mean, it's all over everything you make, buddy. I'm sorry. I hate to say it to you, but
I think you can read on my face that I radically am not. I think you can read on my face that I radically am not. When we're talking about abortion.
No, I don't. I mean, you can present it here, but in most of the content that you have, you attack my community constantly. And you don't even realize guys like me exist who actually share a lot of similarities to you and everything, because I'm a married man of 20 years.
I
got a wife.
recognize that you exist. I disagree with your claim
so
that you are a male.
if I was sexually assaulted, right, and I didn't have access to that abortion care, do you believe that I should have carried that child to term because I was sexually assaulted?
I mean,
no, I just want to make sure that that's what you believe. Because as a transgender man, I have seen your side of the entire political debate, never ever having the conversation of what an American freedom is. Because why am I not allowed to live my American freedom as a man? You get your choice as a man to live and free and all that.
You're really moving around terminology very wildly here.
And so are you, because that's the tactics you play in your game. And you've done it the entire time. You've jumped from one subject to the next. You speak so fast, and I know how you work. So how does it feel to have it in your face?
Well, I mean...
Because I'm sick and tired of the shit that you have put against my community, especially Black trans women. Because you constantly disregard all of our needs and then use us politically as a pawn when we're 1% of the population. Why not focus on the economy itself? All of us are struggling, and you want to focus on trans people. You want to focus on a Black woman when this is clearly a glass cliff situation. America's falling apart, and let's give it a woman right when it's all falling apart, when we had, 50 men run it and it looks like shit? Look at where we're at. Surely, where do you think that we're heading? I mean, it's so funny to watch white supremacy just fall apart the way that it is. And you ride so hard because guess what? In other countries around the world, women are not having children. And why is it? Because of the patriarchy and all the violence that men perpetuate, and all of this idea that abortion is somehow going to solve it all by forcing women to have abortion instead of focusing on the real problems that we're facing in our society. We're just going to completely ignore that. And we're just going to go, you know what? The line item is, let's make women have babies so that we can continue this capitalistic society that we have. Why are we doing that? What? I mean, why? Because you want to push white supremacy and because you want to make your check? It does great for you. Meanwhile, people like me have to live with the consequences of all of your rhetoric that you put on a daily basis. And including my entire community and the intersectionalities of Black women, men that experience SA, trans people, everyone that comes in. And I'm so sick of the idea that you can come in with this bravado that you're this big guy that knows things because you can talk fast, you have statistics. But really, what does it really matter at the end of the day if you are harming the entire American? This guy's been accused of rape. Trump. in like court documents and you're backing the guy. Like, you have children. How could you do that to your own? Don't you have a daughter? Like, what is wrong with you, dude? I've never seen such a party just completely just like the American idea, what we believe in as a country is not what you're perpetuating. It's diversity. It's giving you tired, hungry, and poor. The Google phone you have in your pocket is because of all of the diversity we've had. Pleasure to meet you.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Well, I'll
Family.
say he is
Family.
passionate about what was said. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I felt the passion. I felt the conviction. I felt the that was real life for that person.
Mm-hmm. And as I was watching it this time, I just thought she's now my favorite tranny. Come on, Godmomma. I mean, Kylie, come on. When I was listening to it, I thought this person, this trans, and I'm not even going to try and be politically correct right now, y'all, so bear with me. But this trans person has been able to see both sides, right? Living as a man for 20 years or however long he's been trans.
Mhm.
And then knowing that they still have women parts, and seeing how men kind of disregard women's bodies, right?
Right.
So he's had both sides of it. One, he was born a woman and now identifies as a man, so now he's living like the rest of these men and he's calling it out. I think more of the trans community should do some of that.
Mhm.
I think there could have been room to kind of pause and let. And I haven't watched all that in the whole Shapiro round circle conversation. I haven't watched in its entirety. But that little clip said a lot to me. I said, "Wow, that's crazy." But I think more men need to speak out. I hate when I see these commercials and they're like, "Trump's racist," and they only have black people saying it. Right? Get up here,
Mhm.
and we need more white people. You white people, call your counterparts out. Okay,
Right.
period. Call your colleagues out. Black people
Mhm.
are going to call it out because we experience it. But if you see something, you should speak up on it. So I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, I could understand where he was coming from, in a sense of, well, listen, you can't. What about this and what about that? But they didn't have a conversation. It was it was
Hmm.
more so of, ooh, I now get this opportunity to let this off my chest, and I'm glad that that person got the opportunity to get that shit out.
Yeah.
Because they needed to get that shit out on Mr. Ben. But they brought up a lot of good points, in a sense of when you present as something else, because a lot of in the Black community, I'm considered white passing.
Right.
So when I go around white people who don't know that my father's Black, but they know there's something about me that ain't fully 100% white, they have their guard down more than who when they would be around actual darker complected people. So I understand
Mhm.
where you can see that in and out, and you say, "No, listen, you be you being underhanded racist right now, let me tell you.
Right.
Or you being underhanded prejudiced right now, or you're being stereotypical right now, or you know what I mean? Like, you gotta call it where you see it." And that was a perfect opportunity for that person to do that because they have whether we agree or disagree or feel indifferent about what that person chooses to call themselves and live their lives, at the end of the day, they're still a human person that deserves for their autonomy to be respected.
Yes.
And if she is born a she, but now wants to be a man and does not want a man to stick his
Penis. Hmm.
inside of her, she has that right to say no, whether she's a woman or a man today. It doesn't matter. And it's same for a man. If he wakes up and he says, "Well, yes, I'm gay, but I don't want this man or this woman to take advantage of me when I say no," that's their autonomy right. Period.
Hmm.
The only difference for a physical natural born man is he can't carry a child, and that's what we're getting into.
Yeah.
Is if the woman is raped, she can carry a child, but if the man is, he can't.
And then, well, like that's what he said. That was one of the things he brought up. Ben, do you think I should be if that trans person were to get sexually assaulted and end up pregnant? I can't even imagine. It's already a crazy world for them, right? Just being trans. And
Right.
now you're carrying some psychopath's baby because they want to teach you to be a woman, right? And I
Right.
know a lot of men, a lot of quote unquote heterosexual men would be like, I wouldn't touch that thing with a 5-foot pole. There's some men that have such dominance driven, egotistical characteristics that they would just
That
to empower
mm,
themselves over that body, right? So
right.
there are
Yeah.
trans men, there are women, born women that have now transitioned to men that still feel that way.
Mhm.
Um, and then should they have to go in and receive an abortion? And I liked the vessel that was used to kind of get some of those points across.
Mhm.
I did, because we
I
don't
did
think
too.
about stuff like that. We just don't.
No.
And to have it right there in your face, it's like, oh, and this is the reality. There is a lot of assaults being taken place on the trans community. We can deny it if we want to, but it's true.
It's true. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. That's why I
I mean,
said whether you accept them or don't.
we've heard ZX say all Jay Dunn needs is some dick. Like,
Hey, Sage.
okay, so
Yeah.
please understand
Yeah.
that there are men that would use themselves in a sexual way on top of a woman just to prove he's dominant. It happens every day, y'all.
And and those of us who are who, from Nature Boy's saga, right? We watch that in real time many times. Women come say they're actually lesbians, and he'd be like, "No, we gonna fuck the lesbianism out of you," type of shit. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that is a real thing, and we can't forget that as a community and as a society that regardless if we accept it or not, we have to respect that person's human autonomy
That's right.
at the end of the day. I don't care. Do I think it's ignorant in my biasness? Do I think it's ignorant that a person would want to dress up as a cat and go shit and piss in a litter box and pretend that they're a cat? Absolutely. But hey, if that's what at the end of the day, as long as they're not harming themselves or others and they're living their best life, baby, shit and piss in that fucking litter box. Okay? Period.
Sorry. No disrespect to the flurries.
No disrespect, but I'm just saying, like, that we have to stop looking so surface level at things because this is
Right. And that's what all of this comes down to. Yes. Yes. We've got to stop being surface with this and understand we're dealing with real people who have real situations going on.
yeah,
And this is why so many people are against the Trump and his administration, because it's almost sounding like you're taking away all of our rights over our autonomy. Okay, yes, maybe me and Godmomma don't agree with, hey, some of y'all shouldn't be having 50 million fucking abortions. Okay. But
right.
that's your body. You're gonna have to deal with that. You'll have to face the consequences of that.
Mhm.
I shouldn't have to force my beliefs onto you and vice versa.
Right. Right.
Okay.
The
So
law should be written accordingly without
mhm.
bias.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
Without
Yeah.
bias. What's up, Sage Wizzy? Completely agree. Essay, yes, that's right. Sexual assault is not about sexuality. Mm-mm. It's a dominance thing. Okay. It's
Mhm.
all about power over another. That's right.
It really is. And the law is trying to catch up. I've been watching some trials and they're trying to catch up in a sense of implementing mental behavior and mental illness and into certain factors and situations and punishing accordingly. Again, it's a slow moving process.
Mm,
It's a slow moving wheel
yeah.
because no, we have the Innocence Project, and that goes back to Roy's question of capital punishment. We have the Innocence Project that's working and putting in overtime, trying to, help people who've been wrongfully sentenced or
Yes.
um, incorrectly So, you know what I mean? All of those things.
Classified, right?
Hmm
Incorrectly
so
classified.
we, I don't know.
And
It's
I'm with you there. I
fluid.
have seen progress with that. It's small progress, but there is some progress being made for sure.
Hmm
Yeah,
Yeah, and my
people are. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I just feel like I hope, and I feel like well, I won't say that, but I hope that abortion isn't just the only thing that people are choosing their presidency for. Um, because again, we have to go a little deeper than surface level because our everyday life has so much more encompassed inside of it than just an abortion. How many people
Hmm.
every day are going to get an abortion? Only just that? No, there are other things that we also have to focus on. Again, at the very beginning, if you go back, we talked about education. Are we going to hear anything about education? Are we going to hear anything about prison reform? Are we going to hear? There was a lot of things that we stated at the beginning to kind of listen for all the way until November.
Yeah.
Um, and I have not heard shit about education other than Project 2025. They want to take away your education. That's all I've heard.
Hmm.
Not what we're gonna do, what we're because again,
Improving.
we have to implement m- uh behavioral issues with children. Hey, Lakendra,
Hey,
we
mama.
have to implement safe spaces for children. There's so many school shootings happening, and we can't say it's just because of guns. Absolutely not.
Right. Right. And I know this doesn't make a lot of public news or national news, I should say. Um, is there's also been slashings, like stabbings and stuff going on in
Mhm.
schools. So you're right when it's not just the guns, it's the mental well-being of our students and our teachers,
Yes.
the parents. How is everybody doing? We don't care. Did you go to work? Did you pay your taxes? Did you do this? Did you do this? Nobody cares about the well-being, and we've got to get back to that.
Mhm.
Um, we're not fucking mules, guys. You can't just slap us on a thing and expect us to, keep
You're
working,
right.
keep working, keep working. We're not built for that for humans. And people are getting burnt out. They're seeing that.
Yes.
And there's a lot of policies that need to be addressed, in my personal opinion, that I feel like they've been overshadowed by the other things like abortion and Project 2025.
Right.
Um, I know immigration's like a huge thing right now as well, but there's some smaller things we really need to take in an account. Our economy needs to be prioritized,
Yeah.
and yeah, our education system, our healthcare system.
Yes.
So yeah, if abortion's your only plight to wanting to vote for somebody, not vote for somebody, I mean, please dig deeper, please. Because somebody
Yeah.
might wave something shiny in your face. Oh, you want this? Okay, but it comes with all of this. Or you
Right.
might not be able to get your abortion, but there's other things you can get.
Mhm.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Because there's so
Gotcha.
much more to people's everyday life,
Mm-hmm.
and the cost of groceries increasing, the cost of gas increasing, the cost
Mm-hmm.
of rent, mortgage, APRs, all of
Hmm.
that increasing. It's gonna get real in the field for an everyday American. Um,
Middle class.
yes, it is. And neither one, in my opinion, no one is directly talking about how they can help the middle class, because the middle class is what boosts your economy or makes your economy fall. Because if your middle class falls now to poverty, you have nothing to stand on. You don't have the mules no more.
Mm-hmm.
You have the
Right.
quote unquote beggars, and I'm using air quotes, beggars in the streets. And you
Mm-hmm.
have the high and mighty sitting up here collecting taxes. I know we all seen Robin Hood as children.
Sure did.
You know, so it's
Which one? Men in Tights or no, I'm just kidding. That one was a funny one.
that one was good though. It was good. Hey Vicky, it was good.
Hey, Mama. Yes, but come on now. They was robbing the rich to feed the poor, but that's how we gonna have to get down. And the middle class
Mhm.
doesn't do that. We don't rob the rich. If anything, the rich is robbing us so that way
Yes.
we can maintain the poor. Like,
Yes.
no. Okay, we're not getting me and Kylie were talking about this. We're not getting the tax breaks that these fucking corporations are. We
We're
should be.
not.
Fuck these
Mhm.
corporations. But no, we're like, oh, capitalism, capitalism, consumership, consumership. And it really does. We talked about this on NT. I've talked about it over here. We just have to fight with our wallets, y'all. If they're going to tax us outrageous, then maybe we should be picky and choosy about our consumership. Maybe we shouldn't be feeding McDonald's, or maybe we shouldn't be spending with Gucci. Maybe we shouldn't be spending in these other areas.
Mhm.
So that way,
Yeah.
it forces the capitalists, the corporations, to reevaluate themselves. We really have the power. If we just say no and don't support it, guess what? It dies off.
Mhm.
But we
It
don't do
does.
that. We've gotten comfortable, I
We
talk
have.
about that all the time.
We
Yeah,
really have
stop
gotten
the tab
comfortable.
cuts to the wealthy, please,
Yeah. If
please.
anything, give them a little bit more or specifically tax them for, like, give them a 2% school tax. You have to pay 2% of your annual income has to go to school.
Mhm,
2% of your annual income has to go to public transportation. I mean, come on now. It's not that hard.
mhm.
And
It's not.
you ain't gotta hit hit 'em on the head because I get what Auntie says, you know, when you hit the man on top on the head, that shit start trickling down. I get that. So you can't hit the man on the top too hard in the head, but you gonna have to smack his hand at least to say, get your hand out the jar. No, put some in first.
I think there should be capping. I think there
Absolutely.
should be some type of money cap to once you make your first billion, this has to go back to the community. This has to go back to this, or you've got to. And I'm not talking about the tax write-off foundation charity bullshit. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something that has to do with our economics, for society. Okay, our infrastructure, our all of those things, right?
Right.
Start having these corporations pay for all these little shopping malls. Start having them, they maybe I don't know, like you said, 2% school tax, or something. Something's got to do a little bit more. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, because
What?
when they bring in marijuana dispensaries into a
Hmm.
community, they have to pay so much of that tax to education,
Hmm.
to the, what is it? The infrastructure.
Yeah, that's right.
So, come on now. It's more than just abortion. I know that shit and see, that's my issue, and we gonna move on when I'm gonna be done after this. My issue is they understand what they understand more so sometimes than we own do our own chemistry, our own bodies, and our own power as women. And they manipulate that chaos and that emotion inside of us to sometimes act irrationally because we're acting out of fear, because
Mm,
we're acting out of you might hurt me or someone else I love. And when you do that for a woman or to a woman, her pride then kicks in and she now has to take care of her pride. And she will
mhm,
lay down her life to take care of her pride. She will part mountains to take care of her pride. And
mhm.
everything always comes back to what is the woman going to do? We got to target the woman and get the woman all frazzled. And abortion is what's gonna get us frazzled because how dare you tell me what I can and can't do with my body all day, every day.
Okay, you're right about that. It's a,
And
it's a,
when a
it's a.
man is in a house with his wife and she's frazzled, what he gonna do? Do whatever it is to make her less frazzled. So if that means voting for abortion, even though he don't really think it's right, he gonna do it anyways
Mhm,
because he wants her less frazzled.
mm. Come on.
It's
Or maybe your trans husband.
yes.
You know, maybe your trans husband. We're in new times. Maybe your trans husband comes home sexually assaulted. That's gonna piss a woman off.
Mhm.
You know, crazy times. But look at Sage. I love you, baby. She says, interesting times we're in. Went to a history museum last night where actors performed as figures from the past, from the 1700s. Eye opening how things repeat. It's all a cycle. Yes, it is.
Mhm.
It's one of the things me and Kylie talked about. Uh, History repeats itself. What's a good indicator for the future, class? The
The
past.
past. Yeah.
The past. And you would think we are above that, but for some reason we're not. I don't know why. I've seen my insurance bill. Listen, don't even get me started.
And see, that's
Don't
another
even get
topic
me
that we should
started.
be hearing about, is
Mhm.
how we're gonna control the medical field and the charges that they charge because they're uncontrolled.
Mhm. Yep. I mean, it's insane. I am grateful for I know they throw up Obamacare here. Well, he signed for the paperwork to get rid of Obamacare. That's not we just need healthcare. And other countries have proven that you can do it. We are
Mhm.
right underneath Canada, y'all. So please stop. Please stop. And maybe we can keep private insurance for those who can afford it or want to afford it. But I feel like this is just me. Um, that there should be an option for insurance for everybody, whether it's for free, Medicaid, whatever. There's nothing wrong with going down to the clinic to go get you a little whoopie whoop. There's nothing wrong with going down to the county health office if that's all you can afford. I'm all for
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
Um, Nursing is through the roof. People are saying, well, we're short staffed, but really we're not. If you look at the number of graduates in nursing, we're like at the top.
Mhm.
So there's room for it. It's just we're suppressing it so that way certain people can make money, certain people ain't. So they're keeping it controlled for a reason, and it should not be. It shouldn't
Right.
be. Okay.
And they're charging whatever the fuck they feel necessary, and that's
Mm-hmm.
why Miss Vicky gets insurance bills like that
Mm-hmm.
because there
I mean,
is no control. Because a hospital can charge you $1,500 for a bag of salt water. Are
yeah,
you kidding me?
that's right. That's right.
No, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Absolutely not.
I've noticed they'll change. This is from LaKendra. I've noticed they'll change or add one word to what they're proposing, and it ends up meaning something different than what you thought they were.
Mhm.
You ain't lying, LaKendra. They'd be putting this, they'd be like, here's abortion. Next thing you know, you signing for mass murder of all kinds of, you're like, wait. I said
Right,
abortion for me. I ain't say all this.
right.
Hmm. Oh shit, we got Chip Andy in the building. Chip Andy, it's been years, baby. Hi. How
Rich
you doing,
Ryan.
Mr. Wednesday? Thank you for being here. Hit the up like. I'm shocked you still subscribed. I ain't seen you around in a minute, Chip Andy. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Well, while we're talking about insurance, while we're talking about how they be raping the fuck out of us, let's get into these subscriptions, Godmother,
Mhm.
because that has been brought up. And like I said, I couldn't remember if it's like the FCC, it's some committee, some federal committee has now had to step in. I had to step in. Uh-oh, she letting us know. Hold on. Let me keep up with y'all. Yes, Vicky, I live in ATL, but own property in Florida. My car insurance, yes, and Sage, I didn't even get over to the insurance as far as vehicle, housing, insurance, the deductibles that they make you pay, plus while they rape you. I mean, what? Child, please. We need to get a cap on that. But let's hop over to these subscriptions. What's up, Queen Sister? 504 is in the building. Hi, baby.
Rich Ryan.
Love you too. Kylie says she voted for a pro union administration. I see you, friend. I see you, baby. You know. Stop having bills multi-layered. Yes, we talked about that, Kylie.
Mhm.
We've talked about that so
Mhm.
many times as we need to pass one bill at a time. Do not give
Mhm.
me a bill for, oh, we're going to lower your this and then but in the same bill we're going to send off 20 billion dollars to Ukraine. That's not no. That's not how this
Right.
works. Okay?
And one bill should not be a 900 to 1,000 page document. Fuck out of here. It don't take that many damn words to say, um, if you make $500,000 a year, you're going to pay 1% to your local county school.
That's right.
It don't take 10,000 papers for that.
It sure don't. You better punch in them codes y'all be using. Code blah 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 blah.
Right.
Okay, so that way we can further our education if we want to. But let's just get to the nitty-gritty. But they know that they've done that they love a good word salad, don't they?
Mhm.
Well, I grew up middle class. Let me stop.
Yeah.
You're great. Okay, good. Glad you're here. Good to see you. But let's skip over to this subscription issue, which is a lot for people. Let me share my screen with y'all. Let's let this play and then we will converse about it. But basically, we all have it. We all have some type of subscription to something. Some of y'all even got subscriptions to some of these people on YouTube, right? We know all about subscriptions over here. But let's watch this. And I was floored when I heard this because I've heard there's been issues with subscriptions, but I didn't know it was this hardcore. And I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because, damn, how are they able to get away with this shit? Let's get into it, family.
I'm losing my mind over this. Here's what's happening. My partner, I got a new printer. It was an HP. It seemed fine. And I went to print like a packing label or something, and it just wouldn't print at all. And I couldn't, there's no message on my computer that was explaining it.
And the ink is completely full. I replaced it like last week.
And the reason it's not printing says payment method needs updating.
Cannot print with the installed cartridge. As you can see, this page is printed fine.
That's infuriating.
Yeah,
I would be so mad if I'm trying to print something out and my printer is like keeps printing out a page that says I can't print. I won't print.
I won't print, exactly.
Maggie's brand new printer had been working normally for 6 months before it suddenly refused to print. She did some digging and realized HP had enrolled her in their ink subscription service called Instant Ink.
Get ready to ink differently with HP Instant Ink. Your printer anticipates when you're low and sends you the right ink right on time for less.
But Maggie's printer still had ink in it when it stopped working. It turns out that when your Instant Ink subscription expires, or if you cancel it, HP remotely kills your cartridges.
That's when I started Googling it and figuring out like that's a problem other people were having.
The ink that you paid $122 some for that's in your printer right now, you can't use that.
I have 2 full cartridges that I don't have access to because I canceled HP's Instant Ink monthly service that they want to fuck everybody with.
Subscriptions are so annoying and they're everywhere these days. There are monthly fees to watch movies, listen to music, shop, play video games, water your plants, use your sewing machine, brush your teeth, turn on your lights, open your garage door, start up your car, use your fridge, your toaster, your water bottle. There's so many subscriptions you probably didn't notice that we made up 3 of these. And I bet you can't guess which ones. It's these 3.
Buying an expensive physical thing and then also having to keep paying for something every month. So it's kind of like frustrating.
After talking to Maggie, I started looking into all the ways that companies make us pay endlessly to keep using the stuff we already own. Over the past 10 years, businesses using the subscription model have been growing almost 4 times faster than traditional companies. Like most people, I thought subscriptions were just an annoying and frustrating cash grab by greedy corporations. And they are, but we're losing more.
And that's where it ended. And I wish I had more, but I'm sure we can find that somewhere else. That's just a quick little snippet I got from good old Twitter. So y'all see that? Y'all see that old bullshit they got us on? Subscriptions for everything. You think Shawnee O'Neal is the spokesperson for the HP people? She might be.
She wasn't telling no lies because I had the same issue. I don't have that exact same printer she has. Yeah, they cut my shit off because I canceled my ink and paper subscription. And my ink was full. Yeah, the ink cartridges was full. And they told me I can use my printer if I purchase my own ink. I can't use it if I use their ink. And the printer knows if it's their ink. And I had no idea when I purchased it. Because if I would have known that, I would have bought something different.
Hell yeah. I got me an old regular. I have an HP, but mine's, I guess, older. Well, I don't know. It scans. It does copies. It does what I need it to do. Okay.
Yeah,
but yeah, the ink is crazy priced to begin with. Like that lady, she was cussing. That white lady was best. $124 for ink, and you can't even fucking use it.
I swear to God.
fellas, more white lady. So that's what these companies are doing. And if you saw the graph where she's saying, well, these corporations are growing 4 times faster. Well, yeah, because they're fucking robbing us.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're holding you hostage. Like, ain't this a bitch? And Godmama, you said your printer wasn't cheap. I think mine was like $50, girl. You said
No,
yours was,
it was like
yeah.
$300. It was not cheap.
See, that's
It was
crazy.
not a cheap printer because
So you,
I was using it to print labels, to print flyers, to print pictures. I was using it for everything that it was made for.
mm-hmm.
And that I was on my little laptop, went to print this flyer, and I looked over and the motherfucking printer didn't even wake up. And I said, huh. I went, did it again, still didn't wake up. So I walked over to the printer to try to wake it up. It had a code on there saying it wouldn't print. So I went to my app and the app said, yeah, basically, since you canceled your subscription, you can't use our ink. Please update payment info. Hell no. So I tried to pull a slick one, right? And up
Mm-hmm.
payment info with a card that I don't even use, ain't got no money on. Hell no. Them hoes said, "Nah, bitch. Nope. Nope. We
Oh,
checked.
wow.
Ain't a dollar in there. Nope. So, yeah, I have a perfectly good printer in there because I refuse to go buy the ink because it's a brand new package of ink in there, and it's just I don't know. One day I'll go buy some ink
There's
probably.
gotta be a way, because remember back in the day we used to jailbreak our phones and stuff. We need
Mhm.
where I need to get back to the hood, the tech hood guys. Because
Right?
once you find a hood nigga that know about tech, oh baby, you in like Flynn.
Mhm.
So we need to and shout out to all the, homies on the block, period. That's what we need, somebody that can jailbreak HP printers. We got a business for you. Remember they used to do the cable for you too, baby.
Yep.
I love
Yep.
me a good bootlegger. You get free
Mhm.
cable service, all kinds of shit. That's what we need. We need somebody that, I mean, it may be on Reddit. Godmama, there might be able to weigh, but they're so advanced with technology now that they're, you know what I mean?
Mhm. Well,
They're like
I
it
may
might self delete itself.
it may. And here eventually I may know how to do all that. Okay.
There you go, Godmama.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's what we need to get into. But y'all see how they are just raping us every which way. And like I said earlier, it comes down to us. What are we willing to spend our coins on? Because if this
Mhm.
is the case, you know what I'm saying? Let me ship my little printer over to Godmama so she can get through what she need to get through, okay? Because
'Cause
we're not we're going to fight the machine. Period.
Mhm.
Okay, or don't. You can be compliant with it and keep on going. But for some reason, I just feel like that's not the way to go. My gut's telling me, this ain't right.
Right. Yeah.
This ain't
And
right.
Carly, I was saying that the other day. I miss having my Fire Stick because I
Oh
had
yeah,
my
the
Fire
fire
Stick
sticks.
jailbroke
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and I could watch anything at any time. Yeah, sometimes it may be a little grainy, but I could watch anything I wanted. Didn't have to pay for shit, just internet. And I said, "Damn, I might have to get some Fire Sticks again."
Listen, if we're talking about making America great again, make bootleggers, hood niggas, period. Bring 'em back. It's deregulation. Yeah. So that's what we need. But this is crazy, y'all. I had this conversation before I even knew about the FCC situation that they were now making it easier. I was telling my son to be careful with what subscriptions he signs up for because they'll get you.
Mhm.
Fine print, or if you don't know the terminology, or if you don't, all this, that, and the other, you might be on the hook for a year, and if not, you got to pay it all back in full type stuff, or you might, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've always been cautious about, and that's why I keep a Cash App card. Not because the bitch is broke, but because y'all not just gonna be in my bank doing whatever the fuck. I'll decide. Okay. Like I put my
Mhm.
Netflix on my Cash App card. Okay. Because they be
Yep.
jacking prices up that I might have missed the email. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So
And I can turn that motherfucker on and off when I want to.
right, type shit. I mean, and I can
So
do that
with
with my bank card, but it looks unprofessional.
Right.
So I
Right.
I use my Cash App card for my little bullshit, my little this, my little la, 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 and I use my bank for the big stuff,
Right.
my
Big
housing, my
girl.
this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Picked up
Yeah,
my
so you've got to be cautious with these things, y'all. And again, don't be scared. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses, okay? Because the
Right.
Joneses that you think you're keeping up with, they ain't even got it like that.
Mm,
Okay?
mm.
So
And
do
make
what's right
sure
for your household. Period.
period, and make sure y'all know how to go through y'all Google Apps, manage subscriptions, and know
Mhm.
how to, see what all you have subscribed your
Okay.
ass up for. Cause
That's
you'll
right.
see them little I see my Cash App card getting hit all the time, like, 199 was declined from Google. Yeah, I'm sure it was, 'cause this bitch is off.
See, and I don't even allow myself to do that. I had one YouTube membership because it was gifted to me. But then after it started knocking on my door for the payment, no, you better go knock on the bitch that gifted it to me. No, let me remove this immediately.
Knocking on the door.
Immediately. But what started this was the gym bros. The gym people is what started this the whole situation with the subscription. They were pissed that
Mhm.
they couldn't cancel their gym membership. Like the gyms were making it like Planet Fitness, okay? I got to put
Yep.
a name on it. Planet Fitness and I think it was 24-hour fitness, two of them. Two big gyms were like holding their users hostage
Hostage. Hell
with this
hell yeah.
damn membership. So it was the gym bros that were like, you know what? I've had it fucking enough. I don't fucking go to Planet Fitness anymore. I'm over here. I found a cheaper, better gym, you know, all this other stuff. So shout out to
'Cause
all the gym bros.
they make you
Mhm.
go to the, one you signed up at physically.
Yes. Yes, Godmomma. Yes, you have
So
to go to that one. So if you move, you can't cancel your fucking membership. You have to go back to the store you got it from. And in one case, the store wasn't even there anymore. Listen. So now I keep saying the FCC, and I could be mistaken. So please don't quote me on that. But some federal area said, "Hey, you've got to make canceling a subscription as
Mhm.
easily as it is to sign up." So,
Mhm.
and again, like Godmama said earlier, why is this even a fucking bill? It should be common sense. It should be human decency. You sign up here, you cancel here. But we're
But
jumping through hoops and da da da. And like the chart showed us, family, those companies are higher, getting bigger and bigger
Mhm.
tax breaks. All while you're getting hostage, you're paying taxes. They're not. You're paying subscriptions, but you can't use the shit. You have to go here. Like, please. But why should this even have to be a fucking law? We've gotten that far with people, and it's not even just people, it's corporations, y'all.
Mhm.
It's these politicians and it's this fucking corporate greed.
Mhm. And the
My opinion.
lobbying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what it boils down to is not smacking that man up there on the hand and saying,
Mm-hmm.
"Get your hand out before you can't put your hand back in here until you've dropped something in here, and it has to
Mm-hmm.
be monetary gain."
Mm-hmm. I mean, because they're
So
cutting corners in every way they can.
mhm, and when they're not
So,
regulated, they'll do what they want, which we're seeing, holding people hostage with the
mhm,
subscriptions, and that's crazy.
it
You
is.
can't use this because you cancel your subscription.
A
It's
whole
crazy.
$300 printer, $200 in ink, probably like 250 because well, I don't know about your printer, but I have to get the colored and the black. So,
Mhm,
you know what I mean? And that's whatever. So, that's like
and the paper,
$500. Right, and the paper, so that's fine, and the Wi-Fi to use it.
right?
And then I have to pay a monthly fee after that? Bitch, you got me fucked up.
Fucked up.
Bitch, you got me fucked up.
And then when I
Can I get a
cancel, you say
return
you can't
voucher?
use it.
If I'm a subscriber for a year, do I get my money back for keeping the printer? You know, type shit?
Right.
If you're gonna be doing all this and that, then yeah, I'll buy your printer if you're gonna fucking reimburse me for it.
No,
After
they want
I've,
you to pay that subscription for a lifetime. A lifetime?
it's crazy.
Crazy.
That's crazy. That's right, Kylie. While all of them are getting tax cuts, and you're right, Sage. Anybody that watches Black Mirror, y'all remember Joan? Joan is awful, right?
Mhm.
Couldn't turn that bitch off. Couldn't cancel a membership. Too bad you signed up for it. You didn't read the dotted line or the little fine print. That's
Mhm.
insane. That's
Mhm.
insane. Yeah.
It's what do they say? Art reflects life.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Art imitates life. That's for sure. Well, in some hood news, I know we was talking a little bit about the hood niggas. Okay. Lil Durk got arrested.
I saw that. And the last
Got
time
arrested.
and Young Thugger and them might be hitting. I don't know what happened, child. Girl, that shit was wild. They were supposed to be coming back because the defense threw a mistrial that actually stuck to the wall this time.
Mm-hmm.
The judge ran off, came back the next day, 24 minutes of complete silence, told everybody to go home. Then we heard plea deals. Then we ain't heard nothing. And Lil Woody done made him a YouTube channel, and he was live, but I I haven't watched it yet.
Oh
And Lil
Lord.
Durk, and it's wild out here for these people in these street chat.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all better
Well,
lay low.
they're saying with Lil Durk that is his guy, one of his little OTF members, was wearing a wire for a couple years.
Mhm.
So good luck with that one, Lil Durk. And I thought Lil Durk was like laying low.
I did
Everybody was
too.
trolling him like, "You not gonna roll for King Von? You not gonna do this?" Mind you, he all in the background dropping all kinds of hits. Lord,
Yep.
Lord, 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 Lil Durk.
Crazy work right there.
Them Chicago folks is nothing to play with. Okay.
Hell no.
Mm-hmm.
Hell no. I seen it with Kanika Jenkins and her whole situation, and then how people started dropping like flies when they started getting to real answers. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, y'all better lay low.
Okay, because they are on your ass.
Mhm.
On your ass.
But
And we
Chicago is a mafia city.
Mhm.
The mafia had a stronghold on it for a long time,
Hell yeah, dude.
publicly.
Hell yeah, dude.
Mm.
Hell yeah, it did. So, y'all, I mean, okay, we got that case. Y'all know we like to keep up with some trials, not all trials. We like to keep up with some. But so we got Lil Durk coming up, possibly a new situation with YSL. Child, please. I'm still waiting on Brian Koberniger, okay? Koberberger, whatever. I'm still waiting on the Idaho man for some reason that ain't popping. But also the Mendez brothers.
Mhm.
The LA County District Attorney says that he feels like they've paid their debt to society, family.
Yeah.
Well, and that they should get a new trial or they should be released without, any other stipulants.
Yeah. They should be released on parole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's interesting
I
as
feel like
well.
they should probably get a new trial. Um,
Yeah,
if
new
that's
trial.
what they want, if that's what they choose to have their name cleared, not necessarily cleared, but at least like time served because they would go to a lesser charge. Uh,
Well, see, we're gonna have to include this conversation when we get talking about capital punishment as well, right?
right. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, because once the first trial they had was a mistrial. The jury was they couldn't say they were guilty or not guilty. They couldn't come to an agreement.
Mm-hmm.
And the second trial was totally different than the first trial, and the evidence of them being assaulted by their father wasn't really allowed in.
Right.
So the jury didn't get to see or hear that too much. So, I mean, if that's what they want, let them have it. But I
Mm-hmm.
do, all the evidence has proven, if I was a juror, all the evidence has proven that they probably are telling the truth. They daddy probably was doing some things he wasn't supposed to be doing to them. And their mama was probably just like, we have a nice life. People think we look good, fuck it. Because I know people with that story every day. B.
Mm, 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 mm. Good for nothing, mother.
Mhm.
That's what that is. Uh, Chip Andy says, "Do y'all think at one point there will be no more rappers?" What? No, there will always be rappers. Okay, always. Okay, there's niggas right now trying to get a deal. Okay. Yeah, artists different. That's different, right? There's gonna be rappers, but will there be true artists? Facts. Yes, Kylie Abercrombie. That's another trial coming up, y'all. The Mr. Sex Trafficking King himself over there. Well, I won't call him the king. He's one of them.
Uh-huh.
But the thing about Abercrombie and Fitch, I don't know if y'all recall, but they used to expect their employees to go outside like in just like little bras and very scantily dressed for a
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
But Abercrombie has always been a little,
You used to have a certain body type to work for
yes,
them, a certain
yes,
look. You
yes.
had to be able to fit their clothes.
Right. They
Yeah.
cater to a certain audience with their advertisement. And
Mhm.
it was just like young people, half naked, Calvin Kleinish, Abercrombie, all of you know what I mean? That was just kind of the look,
Mhm.
the vibe, and I don't know, but when I saw the employees and they're like, "Yeah, we have to dress like this," I'm like, "Wait, wait, this ain't no
What?
damn Twin Peaks, this ain't Hooters," but,
Right.
and you're, like, gearing towards the youth. Abercrombie is not for the elder women, okay, or elder men, it's for the teeny boppers, period.
Mhm. Yep.
So we'll be looking out for that as well. Okay, Mr. Abercrombie. And of course, there's stuff coming out left and right still about P. Diddy. I when it starts becoming a circus, I leave because I don't enjoy circuses. There's animal poop, there's peanuts, there's a mess.
Mhm.
I don't like to be no, I'm good on all of that. So that's what until P. Diddy is actually in court and we start hearing it for ourselves, we'll be there for that. All of these books that are coming out that may or may not be written by his late wife, Kim
Mhm.
Porter, there's just too much. It's too much for me. I mean,
Right.
if there's over 100, because I know Texas stepped in as well. I think he's facing charges in where? New York, Florida, and Texas, right?
Mhm.
So at this
Mhm.
point, this just needs to be a federal case, right?
Right.
And
Right.
just wrap it all into one.
Yeah.
But Texas is saying there's like 107 victims that have come out or something. Like this is getting insane. And there are we gonna sit listen to 107 testimonies? And that's just Texas. So what about the girls in Florida? What about the girls here? The girls there? I mean, this is going to be off the wall, and the feds just need to take it over and let it be. It is going to be federal court, right? Though,
Yeah.
because we're
Yeah.
not going to be able to hear. Right.
Right.
So, are the are is Texas joining that, or is Texas doing their own investigation with him? Because that's last
Who
I heard.
who knows with Texas? I don't know because they kinda do their own fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, they may hold their own court first and then try, charge, and convict or not convict and send him on his way to let them do or I don't know. I don't know how much power they allow the feds to have in their
Mm,
judicial system. But I'm pretty sure I think if the feds say, "No, it's a wrap," then no, it's a wrap.
yeah.
They have to hand over all the evidence to
Hmm.
them.
And as they
So,
should, like I said, let the feds handle this because, well, I don't even know if I really trust the federal court anymore.
I don't.
Um,
Because,
yeah.
I get the whole, protection of the witness. Hell, we watched that in damn Eligio trial, protection of the witness.
Hmm.
So, you can't give me that excuse.
Right.
So, I don't understand why we can't have visual or audio or both in a trial. That means you hiding some shit, you wanna hide some shit. In my opinion, hell no, I'm not entertained. Not entertained.
Right. At all. At all. And
Mm,
he might have it's his guest list, right? Because they tried to do that bullshit with the Epstein or didn't try, they did do it
they did,
with the
yep.
Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell people, right? Where that was
Right.
also, um, federal closed off court.
Mhm, and we still
And
have yet to get any of that evidence to the
right.
people.
See, that's, I'm looking up, I'm sorry, I was looking up Sean Diddy, more than 100 men and women. Oh my gosh. Diddy is sick.
The people who came are sick too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's why we need this to be open to the public, I think, because fuck that, stop protecting these people, y'all. And just stop. What's gonna happen in a damn court proceeding that we can't see? It's a court.
Right.
You know? It's a court. It should be
Mhm.
open to the public. And maybe it's open to the public. Like, I don't know. That's something else we've talked about, getting our press pass and stuff like that. Maybe, we get further into that. And that's the goal for 2025, y'all. Period. Press pass
Yes,
and get active
absolutely.
in these court situation. Uh, has a new a new sexual abuse allegation by a lady when he was with Epstein. I believe that. I believe that. And what did that trans man say? He was like, "Look, Trump's raped somebody. He's been convicted of it, or sexual assault, or whatever that case was." We've talked about it over here too. So, okay, yeah, they're saying 120 people, and yeah, they are giving it to Diddy. Okay, cool. They just have different attorneys. That's what it is.
I mean,
So
if you're physically there, then yes, you can go in. Physically, yeah, you can go in. It's not closed off like that, but it only holds so many people. But
right.
no, it's not private like that. They just ain't gonna let no audio or video, which is stupid in my opinion. But
Yeah,
that's
it
why
really
we
is.
have journalists who go and do journalistic things.
I won't be surprised if they make it classified. Well, I see, because there's some people, this is my thought process, right? This is what I'm thinking, not to get all hyped up on Diddy again, but this is my thought process, is that maybe some of the people testifying are doing it like so they don't get charged.
Mhm.
And that's why they're keeping their identity a secret. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, immunity.
Immunity. Right. That's what I'm thinking. And fuck that.
Right.
Fuck that. Because you shouldn't get immunity in these type of cases. Period.
Mm-mm.
But
Mm-mm.
it's only so that way we can get more dirt on Diddy. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
No, we don't need more. We don't no. Uh-uh.
Mhm.
We got enough.
Yeah.
This motherfucker had baby oil bottles full of GHB. What are you talking about? We have enough. He has lists of people who came to his parties. We have enough. He
Yeah, we
has
don't.
video and audio and physical
Yes.
photos of
That's right.
people. We have
That's
enough.
right. Yeah. So take them fuckers down too. Take
The
them
hell?
fuckers down too. Yes, Sage. Not surprised that you say you love the Cheeto Man. But he absolutely dances with the same devils as the rest they do. And we discussed this too. Like, is it just people who become powerful? People who
Right.
have too much money and think they can fucking run the world,
Mhm. Yeah.
right?
Mhm. That's what
Because
it
that's
appears
one of
to
the
be.
things with Trump. They call him a fascist. They call Trump a fascist.
Right.
And in some areas I could see that shoe fitting. Okay. He's
Mhm.
arrogant, he's a dictatorship wise. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. But I also think that personality trait goes with a lot of these quote unquote powerful men, these rich men.
Right.
We see it time and time again. These billionaires,
And
these
and
Weinsteins,
women. You
and
can't forget
women,
the women.
and women, the Ghislaine Maxwells, the Lizzos,
Mhm.
the
Yep.
Oprahs.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so I think that's what it is. I think they start getting a little bit too much money and their true selves come out and you know, yeah.
Right.
I don't know, y'all. I do not know. Hopefully justice will be served, but the way this country's been running, we got people making up new laws every day, every which way.
Mhm.
Um, this
Sneaking
applies to
laws
him.
in.
Right. This applies to him, but not you. But I don't know. I really don't. This is appalling. This is
Mhm.
appalling.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It is because I mean, never mind.
Uh, it is. So I mean, but it's up to us to quit feeding the beast, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's
It
that
is.
parable where a lady says she goes takes her snake to the doctor? And like, yeah, he hasn't been eating in like 2 months, and he's like doubled in size, and he likes to sleep with me every night. And the vet's like, yeah, ma'am, he's getting ready to eat you.
Yep. He's prepping to eat you.
So I mean, we cannot
You
keep
gotta
feeding the beast.
realize you're laying next to a snake, and that may not be literally.
Right, right, absolutely.
Maybe
Snuggled up every night. Thank you. That motherfucker about to eat your ass, girl.
about to eat your ass up, you know. And I don't know. But speaking of snakes, moving right along,
Come on.
there's been rustle in the bushes
Oh.
that people are trying to make documentaries for carbonation. And this ain't the, this ain't the first time we've heard this. We've heard DreamWorks, right? It all started with DreamWorks, I think.
Yes.
We heard
Yeah.
DreamWorks from Miss Khadijah. Yeah, exactly. Laws we don't vote on at all. We had I think we've had some Netflix, some Disney's,
I'm
and I
sorry.
think
I'm sorry.
and
I'm sorry.
now I think we've got some Hulus. I'm not 100% sure about Hulus, but you know, the bushes are shaking. So if y'all start seeing real activity from these carbonation ex members, you'll know why. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, it's supposed to be some coin dropped in their pocket. I'm telling you. Okay. Because I don't. It feels a little like people are trying to play in other people's trauma. Okay. That's what I'm telling. And so just be prepared because these people might get out here and do some crazy shit because y'all know what they are. We see Musa and his motherfucking mask and his motherfucking uh, d-
Face
having
painting.
mental, yes, having mental full breakdowns on air, on live. Okay. We see Velvet over here living in Delulu land. Nate Terry trying her best. Janae trying her best. All of the, hey, Coco. Aaron, not Aaron, but Pice, he done went himself to the Air Force. These people have moved on in their lives.
Right. Right.
Aaron and Kendra, I guess they trying to bring cult awareness. I don't know what's up. Uh, but we when you ain't had a lot of foot in the game when it comes to carbonation, unless you're a real live from the PR representation team of said studios, please leave these people alone because a
Yeah.
lot of them feel like you trying to play with them. You know what I'm saying? Like leave these people alone. They've been put on display for long enough. Let them heal.
Mm-hmm.
They were on display for Bishop for years,
Mm-hmm.
years on display. Anytime, pull up a camera, put them on display.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ree.
So
Let's
Godmomma don't want to say it, but I'll say it. I don't give a fuck. I'm an NAB. Y'all know how I do. We got a phone call. Okay. I'm not gonna tell you who called us. But we got a phone call this weekend or this week. And they were talking about what Godmomma's talking about. Possibly doing some type of documentary, possibly getting some of the ex members together, possibly blah blah blah. And listen, I'm all for, we're the concerned citizens, guys. We are all for awareness, information, education, healing, and solutions. Okay.
Mhm.
We are about that. So if that's the type of documentary you're putting out, best of luck to you. But if this is just a quick little money grab for you and this isn't something you do, then I don't know what to tell you. I ain't got it for you. I ain't got it for
Mhm.
you. Okay. I don't. Our
Yeah.
platform has never been ran like that. We've never conducted ourselves in a fashion to exploit
Mm-mm.
others. So we're not going with that. Okay.
No.
And like Godmomma said, if you start seeing some ex-members popping out and they putting on a little show, just know that's probably what's going on. They
Mhm.
trying to get some hype, some momentum, some this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I still got a bone to pick with Tasha K. Okay. So
Right.
at this point, unless it's a PR team from Hulu, Netflix, themselves, ain't nobody ever heard of before. Bitch, who are you, sir? Who are you? Who are y'all? Type of vibe. Ain't never seen heard of y'all a day in my life.
Mhm.
Then I'll be like, okay, y'all got some motion. When people reach out with concerns, okay, maybe you know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
But you just a regular, degular, nothing ass bitch like the rest of us who just now getting in the game. Nah, dog. Like you, in my humble opinion, leave them motherfuckers alone. Please stop stirring up they trauma.
Yeah.
Cause some of them ain't really fully healed from it, and they know they ain't.
Mhm.
When you see real life documentaries, a lot of these people have moved past. They've gotten the healing. They've understood their situation, accepted the situation, forgave themselves for going through the situation type of vibe.
Yeah.
A lot of these people have not done that yet.
That's
They
right.
have not went through forgiveness yet.
Mhm. And some of them still believe the teachings,
Absolutely. So
you
what is
know?
this really for? Because this, I mean, we've seen surviving nature boy documentaries. You can go on the internet and find that shit all day, every day. I think Hood somebody has
Mhm.
started putting out old footage
Mhm.
again.
Mhm. And like I've said, we've got the tea. Like if you really
Mhm.
want to pull up some archive stuff, because that's if that's I don't know, like I'm saying, I'm thinking documentary style. That's you would want to see that, and you would want to, yes, talk to the victims, but you're also going to talk to Bishop too, right? So, because he's still
And again,
alive, right? He's still alive.
right.
So, I mean, I don't know. He can't make any money off of it regardless, but he doesn't care. He enjoys notoriety more than he does cash. Okay. Truth be told.
Yeah. And she gonna have
So,
to read that fine and they gonna have to read that fine print that says whether or not he could be interviewed at all because the judge was very specific
mhm,
in her ruling
that's right.
that he cannot benefit in any shape, form, or fashion
That's right.
in his shenanigans that he pulled off. Okay.
That's
And
right.
then got caught
Should
for
have gave his
it.
ass no commissary. Okay. That would have really given him the stinger.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. I mean, but maybe the girls can come back. Some of the victims, maybe they can come back and do a lawsuit against him since he's already been found guilty in the criminal law. I'm sure he'll win, baby, and then have his commissary revoked that way. I mean, there's
Yeah.
ways around it. Okay, have
Yeah.
that man in debt. Okay, to any coin that goes to him, it's automatically deducted. Period.
Mhm. There's ways to still keep tagging that man's head while he's in prison. But I
Hmm.
don't know if they wanting to do all that or if they just happy with what they got. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I saw they took his Nature Boy TV off of YouTube and they took the Three God off of Bigo. So,
Good.
I guess they keeping them from, they monetary coin in his name. But again, y'all better do him like everybody did Diddy and go sue his ass
Hmm.
civilly.
Hmm. Truth be told. Truth be
Mhm.
told. Okay. Truth be told. So y'all just be keeping an eye out. I've said this before. I think we've all said it. Like, well, no. Let us not take 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 what's it called? These are Bishop's words, right? Energy never dies; it only transforms. Right? Okay. So carbonation is always going to be circulating around in one form or another. Trust and believe that. Okay.
Yeah.
And we even spoke about loyal a little bit too.
Mhm.
And I had told Canoe, damn, I wasn't even thinking about loyal, but I mean, there's so many layers to carbonation, babe, and it's very sensitive to some of us. Some of us
Mhm.
who genuinely care, like Godmomma said, some of these people really need to heal. Some of
Yep.
these people really need to space themselves. This man already got life, right?
Mhm.
So
Right.
now they get to
Without
go
parole.
without parole. So now they get to go live their lives without any type of fear of anything. Y'all go
Mhm.
live your life. I mean, y'all, they were confessing this man was God at one point. I don't know how many of them actually believed it, but the way they were living, it was like they believed it.
Right.
So that's their God has been locked up, and they're finding out that isn't God, and you know what I mean. So I don't know,
Mhm.
just some lost people that are trying to find their way, and I think just if they haven't healed and you just keep going back in it, you're living in that victim mentality. You're living in that state of mind of depressed, and you'll
Right.
never get better. And that's not
Right.
what we want for these people. So
Right. Because it hasn't even been a full year since his conviction.
right,
Because
exactly.
we were gonna do a little, trial anniversary because we have all the from day one. So,
Right.
it hasn't even been a year, and to just I don't know, let these people do what they do. If they feel the need to get out here and tell their story, they know Bishop taught them how to go live. So you're just gonna have to be there to catch it type of thing.
Mhm.
Let them express how they feel first. Let them seek therapy first. Let them uh, m- build a life outside of what carbonation was or is to some people
Right.
first,
Right.
you know? I don't know. So
I
y'all
mean,
just be
these people
aware.
are victims. These people are victims. And I know I'll use that term loosely for all of us, okay? Because we've done a show about is it victim blaming or holding criminals accountable?
Right.
Um, but these people are victims, and
Mhm.
let's and it was a very traumatic experience, and we all watched it. Even though it was filed under entertainment purposes only, this was their everyday, okay? And it
Right.
was not just physical abuse, there was brainwashing. We had people that went undercover and they're like, "Oh my god, Bishop like really sleeps deprives you." And
Yeah.
they weren't even there. They were just there for the Facebook University, you know?
Mhm.
So this was a real cult. And yeah, the same way we've given grace to other cult victims, I think we should allow the same for Carbonation.
Mhm. Absolutely. Let them go heal um and do what's best for them. And then years down the line, because this is never gonna go away. Yes, it will die down, but it'll never go away. And you can always refer back to um but to tell people it's their destiny to tell their story and things of that nature is a little cringe in my opinion.
Mhm.
Um, and because the people who joined carbonation are so much more than that is their destiny, that Eligio Bishop is their destiny to speak
Yeah,
about him.
That's Bishop's destiny,
That
okay?
yeah,
Destiny
that
fulfilled.
that was his destiny, not these people. Um,
Yeah.
and just let them go, you know? They know what platforms they have, they can go to speak their little ish if they want to. But this
Mhm.
was let's all collectively agree this was not a Charles Manson situation. This was not a Dr. Malachi Z. York situation. This was not a Georgetown. His name
Yeah.
is leaving me at this.
The
This was
David
not that.
the David people or whatever they were called.
Yes, this was not that. The Waco people. This was not that.
Mhm. Davidians. Who were the Davidians?
I can't. This was
That,
not
yeah,
that.
it wasn't that.
You know, it was a very. It was it a large group at one point, yes, but it was still a very isolated group.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, let them people go.
And listen, the way we brought the heat on Bishop, oh we. Okay.
Mm,
I don't think I remember what he said. He was like, who is this new wave of trolls? Like all of a sudden there's like there's just all these new trolls. And it was the cousins.
yeah.
Baby, we come for results, my nigga. We did not come for
Hmm.
this ain't no fucking entertainment, bitch nigga.
Nope.
The fuck you thought this was? Okay.
This is not for this.
Holy,
That was not for entertainment purposes only. Okay, that
at
was for
all.
research.
Absolutely. Research and results. That's what it was for. Research and results.
What does the mayor say? Facts, evidence, and
And
receipts. Okay.
receipts. Okay. Signed and delivered.
Period.
Paid
So yeah.
upon arrival. Okay. Listen. So, yeah, just keep an eye out. And, for those of y'all who still care about them, send them a little prayer, a little hey, and keep it pushing, y'all. Keep it pushing.
Yep.
If anything, you know what I'm saying? If you are close with any of them, you might want to take notes because we don't know which way this country's headed. Okay. We might be in our tents. Okay.
Right.
So, if you need any information, can we get some of that living outside, living off mangoes information, please? Okay. Give me
I
another, send me
swear.
some B6 diets, please. Give me some of them recipe cards real quick because I might have to be living.
I might.
You know what I'm saying? This country's headed some type of way, and it seemed like they might be prepared. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying. Them hoes know how to go straight out into the well, not all of them, but the real ones knew how to go straight out into the jungle and survive. Okay. Period.
Period.
They knew. They knew how. In my tent, they weren't
Listen,
playing.
they had them outside dogs. One of those dogs, they were like, they weren't coyotes, but they're like, yeah, the dogs are out there barking. There's something out there in the woods. I said, look at these people. These are nature people for real.
For
Mm-mm.
real.
Well, mind you, they had the Airbnb right behind them. But either way, most of the tribe was outside. Okay.
Most of them motherfuckers was outside. Only Nature Boy and the wives
Uh-huh. And the help, the
and the help.
photographer, the cameraman.
Mhm.
Oh boy. And we're not laughing because it's funny. We gotta crack the tension. So
Correct.
that's it, y'all. We've been up here a minute. So, and it's been a minute since we've been up here. But I think what else do we have, Godmama? I know we've missed 5 million things. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, hell, we touched on trans today. Good enough. There you go. Kylie pick it out. She said this her new favorite trans. Okay, I'm gonna have to get that guy's name. But
Yeah,
that's
it's
about
been
it, y'all. There's
interesting today.
Yeah, and we don't want to leave y'all high and dry, sad and depressed about it. No, live life, find
Mhm.
joy. If you still can find joy in every area, you know. Life is too short
Absolutely.
to be worried about fucking politics and losing sleep over it. Okay?
Right.
Amen.
Yeah.
Life is too short.
Well, I appreciate
Yeah.
you being here, Sage.
We sure do. Thank you for being here. And shout out to everybody that came through. Thank y'all.
Yes, it's
Well,
been
we
a
should be
minute.
back soon. What we coming back with, Godmama? We coming back with capital punishment on these folks.
Yes, and the other poll we had was schizophrenia and spirituality.
Oh, yes, and we got to include elders too. We got to drag some elders as well. But yes, that's right.
Uh-huh.
Spirituality and schizophrenia.
Yes.
I'm really glad you those are some great topics, Godmama. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, really gets into it. And I know people are we outside tonight? Oh, Kylie going out tonight.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Ciao. Let me get this new washer installed and we might be, bitch. Okay.
Mhm.
You made a comment on that one. I did see that one, Coco, the spirituality one, the schizophrenic one. You did
Mhm.
comment on that one. I did see that. That's really good though. That's really good. And book club, y'all, please, you just it is what it is. I'm behind. I'm getting new books shipped to me. And I still haven't finished And I'm not even gonna lie, guys, I still have not finished That the Body Keeps Score. Okay. That's a book that I really take. It's gotten me in my feels really bad, and I've been having to sit
Mhm.
down and journal with it. Kylie went out and purchased it herself, so we are still on The Body Keeps Score. Um,
Mhm.
and maybe sometime soon I can come up and just do a live where we only just talk about that and get a little deep with it. So we're
Mhm.
still on book club, y'all. I've just been, I haven't been speed reading through this one. This one caught me off guard. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I
And
said,
a
oh,
lot of
wait.
people that I mention it to either don't know about it or the ones that do are like, "Man, that book is hard to get through because it
Yeah.
really makes you do some work."
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not that kind of book, though, right? It's not a help book.
Mm-mm.
It's not a help book. But boy, if this don't, you're going to relate to it in one way or another.
Yeah.
You're going
Yeah.
to relate to it in one way or another. And the way it's written, it's wonderful. Um,
Mhm.
So yeah, we're still on. Yes, get into it. The Body Keeps Score, Coco. That's the book we're on, and I started it in I think September. Here we are, the end of
Mhm.
October, and I'm barely like I don't even. I'm at part 4, so I'm like kind of
That
in the middle.
I
Yeah,
think I'm at, like, part 5. Yeah, part 5, because 'cause I've
part 5.
moved
Okay.
past the children.
See, and I haven't picked it back up there. Oh, you was talking about carbonation. Oh, carbonation outside. Oh, okay. In my tent. Yes, it's called The
Yeah.
Body Keeps the Score. Check it out. You can get it off Amazon for like $20 and
Mhm.
it's wonderful. I mean, I've recommended it to damn near everybody. I'm reading this new book. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
I'm getting deep with my people. And so no, but my dad's like, when you're done with it, ship it to me. So I'm like, absolutely, Dad, for sure. I'll be
Nice.
shipping it to you. And I don't know how he'll handle it. I don't know. So good stuff here though.
Hey, Ocean. Yeah,
Good.
Musa think he been Musa I don't know what Musa channeling, but baby, he need to stop that shit, okay? He gonna call the right one.
I was about to
Mhm.
say, he don't even know what he's channeling, and that's what's scary.
Yeah,
You can't
exactly.
be doing all this work with your little fake ass egotistical fucking intentions and think that's
Mm-mm.
what's gonna come to you.
Mm-mm.
Baby, it don't work like that.
No, it
Okay?
don't work.
We are vessels, we are portals. Well,
Mhm.
you're a man, so you're not. I am. I'm a woman. But we're still vessels, right? Be
Right.
careful what you trying to fill up with. Oh, yes. It's coming to me. It's coming to me. Oh, it's coming all right.
It's coming, right? Bitch, it's coming, alright. Like a thief in the motherfucking night, it's coming,
It's
okay?
coming.
I know you watched, Insidious, Musa, it's coming. You gonna think it's your grandma, and it ain't. It's gonna be grandma mama, okay?
Yeah.
That bitch gonna
Yep.
inhabit you, and it's over with from there. So you better
Mhm. Have your
better
old
not
voodoo spirit on your ass.
I swear to God.
Don't even know
Somebody
what
who
you're doing.
mad and wanna take revenge.
Mhm.
It's over.
Mhm.
Musa out here acting up. That's why I said, just leave them people the hell alone. Oh my God, leave them alone. Because if you try to get them all in the same room together, what is this going to be? Bad Girls Carbonation Club? Like, what is this? Because you think these hoes going to sit down together, and I'm not calling y'all hoes disrespectfully. I'm just saying. You think
Right.
all these they going to sit down together in a room and ain't nothing going to pop off? Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's the only
And
person
then
who was able to get them in a room together to act right was Bishop.
it's
Okay.
Bishop. That's it.
And even
And
then, they
then
were beating on each other. In
yeah.
carbonation, they were beating on each other. So no,
Mhm.
no, 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 no. Unless there's an expert therapist, and I mean, never mind. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave
But
that one
still,
alone.
even then, what is this TLC's intervention, exploitation for monetary gain? Like, what is this? I
Yeah.
love me a good intervention story on TLC late at night when I can't sleep. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Mhm.
Well, we'll see. Like I said, energy never dies and transfers. So we'll see. I know this is not the end of carbonation. We all know it's not the end of carbonation, y'all, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, people have died, y'all. People have lost children, y'all.
People have
Mothers
lost
separated from
mother.
that. Like, come on now. And y'all still testing the water? Child, child, child. I don't hate the establishment that bad, okay? Now listen,
Right.
that's when I would vote for Kamala like some bitch. And maybe some people do see Trump as a bishop. I can actually see that some people feel that from Trump.
Well, there's a whole
Not to bring it
social
back to
media.
politics. Not to bring it back to politics. Sorry.
Well, there's a whole social media account where a man, he says he's a cult expert and he analyzes Trump and the people who support him, I guess you would say, and he reports on it every day. That's what his whole IG account is full of. That Trump is a cult leader. Yeah.
I mean, I have seen that.
I
They call him a fascist. I have seen people claim even on Cult Expert News, I follow that one. They're always
Uh-huh.
like, let's dive deep into this Trump cult.
Right.
She's still around. Gran is still around, y'all.
Mhm.
I'll send her a message and tell her we said hey. She's still around. She's just not active like, some other people, but she is still around. Gran is still here. She's still on IG too. Yeah, he has a whole movement. I mean, I'm like, Kamala has a cult too then.
Mhm.
Like, but some people really see as Trump with a cult, as a cult leader. They see him just as bad. So if it was Kamala versus Bishop, yes, I'd go with Kamala. Okay. Of course. You know what I mean? And that's how some people feel. Right?
Right, right,
Right.
right,
It'd be
right.
like, no fucking question about it. I'm voting early. I'm getting everybody where all the immigrants,
Period.
I'll get in the back of the car. Let's go. We're taking
Period.
we're saving democracy today, bitches. Get in.
Period.
And that's
Period.
how people feel. So if you put that analogy to Trump, it makes sense why people are so not pro Kamala, but just anti-Trump, right?
Right. Uh-huh. It makes sense. Yeah. It
Yep.
makes sense because it's like and they say that a lot. Anybody but him.
Hmm.
And this isn't the first time I've heard this in an election. Anybody but such and such.
Yeah.
Um, but it's just interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
If this man is a cult leader, then yeah, I could see why people are like, "No, this is hey, do you understand? He's a cult." And being on that side, right, of trying to tell
Hmm.
people that Nature Boy
Is
Eligio
a cult.
is a cult,
Yes. Yes.
was very disheartening at times, frustrating, all of those
Listen,
things.
we
But
had to fight, Godmomma. People were like,
yeah,
y'all just want a black man down. Y'all
right.
hate to see a black man winning. Y'all hate to see a black man with wives. What? That's not what that's not what it is. This man is starving, abusing, manipulating. He
Right,
is a fascist. He is a fucking cult leader.
right. Sexually
Yeah.
assaulting. Yes.
Sexually assaulting men and women,
Mhm.
bringing in trans men so the followers got to give him oral.
Mhm.
Did we forget?
Right.
Okay. So yeah, if you guys are looking at Trump as bishop, I get it. I get it. Where's misunderstood?
Right.
I need a Trump cheerleader right now because it's looking pretty bad.
It's looking pretty bad out here. Damn it.
Okay, Trump cheerleaders. Oh gosh. And shout out to Roy. I want to give a shout out to Roy because he came through and he dipped when the tranny came on. He said, "This ain't for me." He said it's
Mm.
demonic. Shout out to Roy. And that's why that's why heterosexual men weren't allowed on the panel yesterday for the Halloween contest. Okay, because the heterosexual men ain't here for all of that. Okay.
No, they weren't, and that's okay.
Mm-mm.
Shout out to Roy. Maybe he'll come back to the replay and fast forward through that part.
He'll be back. He'll be back. I would love Roy to come up. I would like to hear his political stance
Mhm.
in the near future. I really would. Before the election, I'd like to hear from Roy and his political stance as a He's not an immigrant, but he is Hispanic, Latin, whatever. So
Uh-huh.
I'd like to hear from him for sure.
And I heard, True, since we're talking about guests, I heard True Tyrus is wanting to be a
Yes, True said he's
guest.
willing. Yes, True Freeman, y'all. Shout out to True Freeman. I hit his panel the other day and
Mhm.
just kind of
I
told
heard
him,
that.
about our channel, what because he didn't know that I had switched this from I am the Lurker.
Mhm.
He thought I had the NAB. I don't know what he thought. So he was kind of confused about the NAB and all this. And so I told him, no, I changed it into a podcast. He asked what we talked about. I said, right now we're doing politics and prison reform type stuff. So he was like, oh, hey, maybe because I guess he has a moderator over there. Shout out to Russell, True Freeman's moderator.
Mhm.
Um, he was dropping our link to the channel. So shout out over there. But yeah, True definitely said he wanted to have a conversation about politics if his moderator wanted to be a part of that. So
Oh, okay.
no pressure, no pressure, no pressure.
Mhm. And I mean,
But
we can even set up if he wanna stay home, quote unquote home, we can
mhm,
set up a dual stream like we did with Auntie.
yeah, a dual
If he wanted
stream.
to yeah, if he just wanted to stay home and,
Mhm.
because then we
Simulcast.
have we have another guest who wants to come and bring a
Yes,
topic
we
to the
do.
floor.
Yep.
So we've
Yeah.
been working behind the scenes trying to, network and get some conversations, more panel conversations going.
Yep.
So I've reached out to Mayat Laws again to try
Nice.
and see if she'll come,
Nice.
and have a metaphysical, spiritual
Yeah.
conversation. And
Yeah.
maybe at that same time, we can have the schizophrenia conversation too.
Oh, that would be
Um,
great. That would be
yeah.
wonderful because King Canoom wants to come for that topic, right? So
Mhm.
that not the schizophrenia, but the nature, the all that. So yes, let's get yeah, we have been doing our part. We just haven't been going live, and I can't believe it's been a month. We miss
I
you guys
can't
terribly.
either.
We miss
I
you.
can't
Yes,
either.
Mayat. We love her. So to have her back would be a blessing. And same with
Mhm.
Canoom. Same to all our guests. I
Yeah.
I really enjoy when we have a panel topic for sure.
Yeah. Me
Yeah.
too. And it's about time for
Yay.
one. So,
Yeah, it is. And to get off the election bullshit too, right? We
right.
got to move on, guys. I mean, it's going to be what it's going to be. We got to move on. Like I said, be prepared for the after election. Okay. Go do your
Mhm.
part and vote or don't. Okay. We're team no vote right now.
Right.
And then be prepared for what happens. Every 4 years, we forget about the housing crisis, the big bank bailouts, the auto industry bailouts.
Mhm.
It's a pattern with our country. No
Mhm.
matter what the election, whichever favor it swings to, there always seems to be something, 9/11, blah, blah, blah. We're going to
Right.
war, we're this and that. So be prepared for after the election. And then let's have conversations that are going to hopefully teach us something that we can utilize in our real life, not just online.
Amen. Yeah. Because it looks like we need to be preparing for war. I'm just saying.
That's right. And
Oh.
spiritual war, physical war,
Mhm.
civil war, all you name
Global war, all
it. You
that.
name it. Be
Yeah.
prepared. So you ain't got to get ready. Stay ready. Okay.
Right.
Period. Well, I think we've taken up plenty of time with y'all this Saturday rising as well. It's afternoon now. I think we've taken up
Mhm.
pretty much of y'all's time. Thank
And
y'all
we
for being
appreciate you.
here. It
Yeah.
was fun, Godmomma.
It was fun, it was nice. Sorry we were a little bland, today. We didn't have, our overlays and underlays and outerlays and all of the fun stuff, but
Yeah.
StreamYard is tripping. They trying to hit us for $44 a month, so that's why you see at the bottom, donate to the
Yeah.
StreamYard fund.
This is great.
Because we're a little, perturbed right now with StreamYards as to why they want us to pay $44, but haven't really given us more, things to work
Utensils.
with. Yes.
Tools. hmm
It's the same old thing, is you just give us a few little extra things. that's not worth the extra money that you charge, and I'm sorry. So
No.
we may
So
be
we
a
on
little
the free
bland.
99. Yeah, we on the free 99, and we've checked out other stuff. I mean, we might be going back and forth and but either way, our Cash App's open. Y'all bless us or don't, because I know everybody got to feed themselves.
Amen.
But if you got
And
a little
Christmas
extra
is
coin,
coming.
okay, if you got a little extra coin, don't be shy. Hit the Cash App, and if not, just give us your views. We'll take that.
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
because we are extremely close to that first round of monetization, so the views will eventually end up paying for itself anyway. So
That's right. That's right.
that's all we asking of you.
Mhm. We
Thank
love the
you, and
participation.
yeah.
Yeah, QAnon, right? That's the cult
Mhm.
for Trump. QAnon. They don't say that anymore. Now it's Project 2025, but whatever.
Yeah.
Same master, same donkey.
Yep, it is. Yeah, you gotta dig deep and you'll see. Because remember they fell off after he lost that election.
Yeah.
You didn't hear QAnon ever again, and it was almost like a cuss word to say their name out loud.
Yeah.
Like he was, so
Mhm.
yeah. Same donkey.
Oh boy, our country, our country. I'll tell you what. Jeez. Oh gosh. All right, y'all. We are out of here. Thank y'all for being here. Hit that replay, share us out, share us to a friend, and we'll be back next weekend, y'all.
Toodles.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Hunger Games. And may the odds be ever in your favor.